Hi, I'm Menaka. I'm a first-year med student, and I'm here to talk to you about the COVID vaccine. How we build trust around the COVID vaccine, I think, is a really complicated question, and I think the first step is to really try to figure out what different groups have mistrust in the COVID vaccine and why that is. And this is a oversimplification, but I think right now what we're seeing are two main groups with distrust. One, because they're kind of falling victim to a lot of misinformation that's being perpetuated, and somewhat because of the political climate. And then the other group because they've experienced a lot of medical racism and a lot of abuse by the medical system. And those are two very different issues, right? So in order to target how we distribute the COVID vaccine to these groups, we really need to enter communities and talk to people and do some sort of community-based participatory research to guide how we talk about the vaccine and how we deliver it. And doing that will allow people to have more input and control over the vaccine rollout. And from the public health world, that tends to build more trust between whatever our target group is and whatever health behavior that we're hoping they participate in. And inherent in building trust is building relationships. And so it goes beyond trying to correct misinformation or trying to get accurate scientific information to people. And it gets into creating genuine human connection that will facilitate whatever type of trusting relationship that we're hoping to build. So I think four main things. The first two, I think people talk about a lot, which is one, there's a really rigorous process involved in the COVID vaccine approval. It's based off of previous scientific research, and that's part of why we were able to develop it so quickly. Two, of course, everything is a risk. Every decision we make, but in the weighted decision between getting COVID or getting the vaccine, I think getting the vaccine is much safer than getting COVID. The third is that I think there's a fair amount of confusion about who qualifies for the vaccine and where you can go get it. And this is really understandable because depending where you are in the country, these rules are very different. But if you're able to call someone in the medical profession or get in touch with your county public health office, they can direct you to the right place and kind of give you an idea of what the timeline is going to be like. And then fourth, which I've seen focused on a little bit less, is that getting the vaccine is a public good. Of course, we don't know yet whether getting the vaccine will actually prevent you from transmitting COVID to someone else. Hopefully that is the case, and that would be great. But even with what we know now, if you get the COVID vaccine, you're much less likely to get COVID. And then if you do get COVID, it'll be a much milder case, which means that the odds of you being hospitalized for COVID are much lower. And that puts a lot less strain on the medical care system. So by getting the COVID vaccine when and where you can and being proactive about it, you're really contributing to your community and to society at large. And that is a good thing.